Hello, good evening. How you all? Happy midweek. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Grace Corner channel. Okay, so I saw this short clip of video and I thought I should react to it. This happens a lot with couple of new comers or even some people that has been here. No one is above mistake. People make mistake as well. So it's about this care worker that maybe doesn't know when to set boundary or when to apply those boundaries. So I'll just play this shortly for you to understand what I'm going to talk about.
Hey guys, how you all doing? Okay, I'll drop a quick one. I just came back from work now, like I'm just coming back now. This is majorly for Nigerians, my fellow Nigerians. I'm a carer. Okay, so and one of my colleagues just lost her job. Not totally lost her job, but at least she will not be working at that place again. That round, she will not be working there again. So everybody's tired, the weather is not encouraging. The weather is not encouraging. It's making most of us to have headache. Like me, now I have headache most time. So she got to this client's place, and Igbo people, they can enter your brain. They will be nice. You understand what I'm saying now? And there's certain people that you're already friends with. I'm not saying you should not be friends with them, but just be very very careful. So she's tired. So the Oyinbo now asked her that, what happened to you? She said, she's having slight headache. The Oyinbo can say, is it the work? Are you tired of the job? She now said, I'm very tired, dude. In fact, in Nigeria, eh? She's a business owner in Nigeria. She has her own business. Husband is doing well. And if not because of the insecurity, she will not come to you and be packing shit. Like she opened up to the Oyinbo. The Oyinbo was following, and Oyinbo people, they can enter your brain. When she finished and she left. Now so Oga called because I was inside the car too. Oga just called that she's not working there again. She was like, what happened? She said Oyinbo complained that she should not work with them again because she said she's not mentally stable for the job. That's what she used, mentally stable for the job. I was shocked. I was really, really shocked. So please, let us be very, very careful of what we tell these people. Even though you are feeling pain and all, they don't care really. They don't care. There's nothing they can do about it. It's not like they will give you job or they will give you the paper to go and using it to work. So why would you want to open up to them? Like they don't care really. Let's just be sincere. They don't care. So please let's just be very, very careful. This happened to my colleague this night. This night though. That is if I wasn't too soon. So please let's be careful. Bye.
Okay, welcome back. So start on my hair. So as you can see, couple of mistake in the comment section below there. Some people were even blaming the lady that was narrating what happened, but this is just for people to learn. It's just for us to learn, because the purpose of this channel most of the time is about learning, to watch what happened and pick a lesson from it. Is the purpose for learning. It's not really to shade someone or wherever. People might feel like they are being dragged or they're being shamed, but the purpose of learning is what I'm discussing this about, and that's what the channel is all about most of the time when we work on people's video. So one of the things I want to say is that is it that this person did not go through the training. And I do understand that some people, once they want to jackpot, they are so eager to start working, to start earning, and maybe to start making payment, to start repaying the loans they got while they were trying to kind of apply for their visa to come to the UK or any other country that they went to. And most of them, they go into this domiciliary work where some people call it care home. I mean home care, where most of the people that maybe are being just discharged from the hospital, and the care worker go there to to give them the service that they require, that they need, like personal care, cleaning them. Some people go as to the extent of, assisting with their shopping, some little domestic work, helping them to tidy up the house, cleaning things, laying bed. Some people have to visit like 3-4 times a day, to change them, to give them cup of tea, feed them, make sure maybe their settings, like TV is set to the right channel that they want, put the remote next to them where they can easily access and all that. So, but these things are it's something that, people here, they'll say, oh, it's something I can do. Of course, everyone can almost do it. It's almost all things that we do in the house, but some people do not take into account that once you get to when you're at work, there are limits to what you can do. You can't actually treat everything like you're in your house. If you want to touch their adhesive, even if you want to change channel, you need to ask for permission. You don't just speak and change it. In as much as they say, feel free. I need to change the channel. Can I change? Okay, they say, yeah, you can go and change the channel. So when the lady said she was complaining about having headache, it's a two-way thing. Some would think, oh, you must be tired, or you might not be able to look after them properly, and it might actually not be the client itself. It might be their relative that are around, or that can listen. Even the client you're talking to, once you've left, once their own family member comes in, they might just, out of gisting, they might just say, oh, the carer that just left right now, oh, I feel for her, she's so tired, and you know what, she still, despite all that, she still has to come here to come and attend to me. We don't know who the person that their own family member that they're narrating the story to, how they're taking it. They might be feeling sorry for the care worker, but the other person is feeling, well, if she's tired, why does she have to come? Why can't she just say she's not? And if anything now goes wrong, they're going to capitalize on the fact that you were tired and you should have said you couldn't do it. So when you're tired, you just let them know, I won't be able to go with this, I won't be able to do it, or they have someone with you that can assist you. At least you have someone to witness whatever that is happening. You don't have to overwork yourself. And not knowing the boundaries to where to cap it as well. When they are trying to be friendly with you, they will ask you, how are you feeling, how are you and all that. It doesn't mean that you should start telling them the story of your life, how you receive a phone call from back home, how they told you somebody has just died, or somebody just lost their job, or whatever. Oh my God, they don't need all those stories. Oh, you've been busy. Yeah, it can get better. You can just brief it. You don't need to go into your personal life with them. Some of them want to know stories, and they tend to know how you release information. At that time, once they start knowing that with a couple of days or weeks that they've started chatting with you, knowing the way you release some information, they will start asking some personal question about yourself, or maybe the organization you work with, how you're being treated, and all that. They could take this back to the establishment. So these are part of the reason you need to maintain boundaries. You need to know what you need to bring out or say to those clients. Also, when you're picking work, try not to pick work outside your description, outside what description. If you've gone to a training and they told you this is what you can do, once you get to the client, you're meant to clean this person, change their pad, whatever, do this for them. But once they now start asking for, oh, I need someone to go and help me to buy so thing, and you start offering, like, I don't mind, I can do it. If it's not part of your job description, don't do it, because if something goes wrong, they will refer you to what the training they made you go through. So maybe your job description does not even entail you having any finance money issue with any of your clients. Yours is to get there, clean them, do the job description thing, personal care, and make them feel comfortable. You sign whatever you need to sign, document things, and leave. But they now need to get a milk from the corner shop, and you have to take the money from them and go and help them to buy, because you want to show that you're being friendly, you can assist. I think with this, you might need to call your organization or wherever to ask to get permission, because if you come by, if that person says instead of £10 that you said, oh, you brought change back, and they say, oh, they gave you £20, not £10, and they gave you £10. How are you going to prove this? You might want to say, okay, I can just give you the money back. Next time I'm not going to do it. But they can make a complaint, and with that, you will not be able to clear yourself. So you have to know your boundaries. You do not work outside your work description, because this could come against you if things go wrong. If things go wrong, they could say this is the kind of money they have there. The client asks you to take maybe coins there to help them to get something, and by the time they finally got there, or send someone that they said the amount they meant there wasn't, then the person is going to say, oh, I sent the other carer to help me to get this thing. So, and if this report gets to your office or your boss, your manager, it might lead to you being dismissed, because your job description does not entail you having anything to do with their finance or touching their money or whatever. You could have make a phone call that this person needs also help. I'm able to help them to go and get so thing. Then they can give you the go ahead. At least someone knows from the head office. So if anything goes wrong, they'll be able to back you up. That's another point that I thought I should bring to our attention. And also, we have to learn to maintain physical boundaries. Some people get to the place, it could be domiciliary, it could be care home, or if you're what is it called, community worker, nurse, as community nurse, that okay, we go there, you get their file, you look at what you need to look at, you need to talk about what you need to talk about with them, take what you need to take, and document what you need to document that needs to be passed across, so they know the next step of things to take. The next thing is, once you get there, try to use to stretch your hand for handshake, or most of the time do a box up, they call it. It's better than using hugging your clients, because they could take it personal. Some are going through some emotional thing and they need someone to hug, and by the time you're trying to hug them, they're actually putting that emotion in, and they're not even leaving you when you're trying to let go of the hug. They're still holding tight. In as much as you're now trying to let them release you, they could take offense. Some would think you don't like them, or you push them, or any other thing. So please rather use handshake, cheek pulse, or what do you call this, rather than the hug. It's better to use that for you it's very safe. And I'm sure that these are the part of the things that they might bring during your training, but please offer a handshake rather than hug. Also, please try not to attend a personal meeting outside the work time with any of your clients, no matter how good they are. Or if maybe you've been going there for a very long time and someone is celebrating birthday and they decide to invite you, it is better you let your manager know that, why I'm going for so person invited me for social thing. It's outside work, but at least they know. It's actually not right for you to be having a relationship with your client. When I mean relationship, it doesn't mean that you're dating them, but it's just for in case things happen. You could know people that are related to them and they want to start finding out information about their health. This is part of the reason it's not ideal for you to start having a meeting outside work with any of your person that you're rendering a service to. And also, try and go with your lunch or your dinner or your breakfast, your tea as well. Don't think because, when we get to these Oyibo houses, they always say, cup of tea. Please ask for permission, even if you have to use their tea bag or kettle. Ask for permission that you need to make a cup of you need to boil water for your tea, or you need to make a cup of coffee tea bag or coffee, and they can give you the go ahead to use it. If you go with yours and you go with your flask, you might not even be needing that. But do not just capitalize on the fact that they always say you're free to use it. Always ask as well, because you don't know the mood anyone is. Anyone could be in the mood where, you know, they just look at you like, oh, she just got up and started going to the kitchen to make a cup of tea. They might not be in a good mood, in as much that they gave you the go ahead previous days to do it, but sometimes they're not just in a mood, and they, you know, they could take offense to anything. Even if you smile too much, they're like, why she smiling? What's funny? So, you know, people's mood sometimes determines how they respond to your action or things that you do around them. Things that you've been doing in a genuine way and is acceptable to them before might not be acceptable to them as at the time they were in a different mood. You know, people have mood swing. So that's about that. Please go with whatever you need to use, your tea, your coffee, your lunch and all that. Do not capitalize on having their sandwich, or in the name of because you're going to make their sandwich for them, you capitalize on having a slice. They might have counted it. It might have been counted, so they know what you're doing. And some of these people, once they are making complaints, you might not know. You might keep going on. They might actually be making a diary and writing date and time of things. You will not know. But the day they're going to slam everything out, it will be hard for you to defend yourself that this was done on a genuine, with your genuine mind. Also, please do not engage in you know, when you're conversing with them, try not to engage in the things that it will be perceived as being gossip. Like you're gossiping about maybe a previous staff that has been coming that maybe the other person doesn't like. You can just try to say, oh, okay, maybe you can let someone else come, rather than now discussing that person, how the person does when she comes or he comes, or the person doesn't know how to do this well, the person is not that friendly. That's how you start getting into this gossiping mood with them. And when the other person comes, they might discuss what you discuss with them, and they see you as someone that gossip with them. Do not let anyone perceive you to be a gossiper. Some like it, but they know if any of their details is leak out, they will instantly think of you that you have a loose mouth. So you should try to train yourself in that speed. So be aware of what you discuss with them. Do not let them perceive you being gossiping with them or with any other thing or about their care. It could get you in trouble. Also, please, this is about emotional boundaries now. I'm not saying you should not be you should not sympathize with people. You know, don't cut off empathy, but at the same time, know when you need to say no to something, that you are sorry, you could have loved to help, but you are not able to do this and this and this, or your work does not allow you to do this and this and this. Try to put that forward, that you would have show empathy, but do not be carried away to work above what your job description is. It's very important that you show empathy to their emotions. Maybe they are crying, blah blah blah, or any other thing, but do make them know that there are a couple of things you're not able to do, you're not allowed to, based on work. This thing, your professional, your work does not allow you to do this, so you will not be able to. They will say, oh, I'm fine, I'm not going to tell. You still tell them, oh, I am sorry. So as I was saying, do not cut out empathy. Please don't cut out empathy when people are emotional, when they are crying or they have things going on. Your work, because you have boundaries, and you have there are things that you know your work your job does not allow you to do. Just let them understand that, oh, you know, you sympathize, you have empathy on this, but you are not able to do this because of your work. Yeah, it's better said that way than, you know, when you now put yourself in trouble, or in the name of you're trying to help them. They will not give you a trophy for being a nice person. It's good to be very, very nice to people, but know your boundaries. That's what I mean. Also, do not try to take your colleague's workload. It's like that somebody is getting to maybe a community nurse getting to a place, and you're saying, oh, I'm not supposed to be the one to do you. One of my colleagues was she's running late, so I decided to just take over to help her to do this one, to do that one. You want to show the superwoman, the superman, or whatever. But if something goes wrong, these are the things that they're going to tell, that you stated this, that you shouldn't be doing this, but you took it out of your, you see, it might be used against you when things go wrong. And once you get tired, they would say that you weren't supposed to do this thing. You were tired, but you had to force yourself. In as much as you're trying to be nice, you're trying to show that you could help, do not take someone else's workload to be on yourself, and to want to show that you're a super worker or whatever. It might not be taken lightly. It might go on some people's wrong side as well. And as usual, always know your limit. Always know your limit to your job description. Know your limit with the client you're dealing with. Know your limit with your colleague as well. Know your limit even with your working hours. You shouldn't say, oh, I shouldn't be working. I've worked like 5-6 days ago, since for the past 5 to 6 days ago, I've not had any rest, but I had to come and do this. It's going to stand against you when something go wrong. So know your limit, and know your limit with what you bring out. And when you're doing please be very, very careful with what you're telling or what you're discussing with your clients. You want to be as friendly as possible. You want them to feel comfortable around you. You want them to feel at home, or if you like, you don't want them to feel any restriction when you're around. But at the end of the day, you still need to know your limits. Also pay attention to their feelings. If they say they don't want to get up to do so thing, or maybe you're taking them on a walk and they said, oh, they're having pains there, you can't be thinking of, oh, my time is almost up, we only have 5 minutes more to go, and I need to get to the car and drive to the next place. It shows that it seems as if you don't have feelings for what they're going through. So please always pay attention to feelings, because they could use this to say you're not that caring. You're just doing this just to make for the money's sake. They don't like to hear that you're just doing it to make money. They don't. So they need someone that has the empathy, that have the feeling to want to care, that have that yeah, they want to know that you're the type that has that push. You have that drive to care for people, rather than, oh, I'm just doing it because I need to pay my bills. When you talk too much as well, you don't know your boundaries, what to say, and you start saying, oh, I used to be manager back home in Nigeria, but it was because we relocated and I need to pay my bills. I need to pay for the loans I collected. That's why I'm doing this job, and I'm doing this job. After a while, when I get money, I'm gonna, my dear, that might be the last day you're going to do the job, because they would describe what you just said. They will elaborate it. They will zoom into it, that you do not have drive to do this job. All you want to do is you're just doing it just to make money. So you don't care about people's feeling and all that. So please always attend to that, and also be aware of your environment. Once you get to a place as a community nurse, you get to a place, try and observe the environment of the place you went to, the client's environment as well, maybe the people they have around. You could see their body language, the way they look at you. Maybe you need to be very careful. Don't just go chatty, and as if you don't even know that something is wrong. Everybody just want to be quiet, and you just go on and on. Or the way you are talking to them, mind your tone, because someone else will be watching the way you're passing the message across. They are reading the tone. You might not mean it that way, but that's how it is. They will read it, and it's now left to you to start telling your bosses that this wasn't how you said it, or that wasn't what you meant, but it was they read it in a different way. It was received in a different way. So please know your environment very well. Consider your environment when you're outside or working with just delivering a service. So be very conscious of your environment, how you deal with people, how you construct yourself, how you deliver the service as well, the service you're there to deliver. Be very, very mindful and consider your environment. Always keep the relationship you have with your clients, please keep them on a professional level. That's why I said, please be aware not to meet with anyone outside. If someone is having a party and you're being invited, please do let your manager know, because they might tell you it's not a good. Once they tell you, I don't think it's a good idea, it means don't go. If they say I don't think it's a good idea, you think, oh, as long as my mind is clear, God is please. You can look for an excuse to tell them you're not able to come, or you're working that day, you haven't found someone to swap your shift with. So if you're able to make it, you will be able to come, but you know yourself that you're not going to be there. Please, I just thought I should bring this to our attention, that you know what, as people that are jackpot into the country, this video is not for people not to jackpot. If you want to jackpot, everyone has their reason for wanting to jackpot, what they are going through, why they want to leave. Maybe it's for their future, for their families, for their children and all that. But once you're coming, be very conscious of what you need to. Maybe you should go on Google, type some things on, try to enlighten yourself on things that you need to be watchful of, things that you need to, because some people might just be saying, oh, they do this, they do that, why? Because they were here. They might not be doing it that way. If you go and do it the way you've been hearing them doing it, not following the proper way, you could get you in trouble. Some might be lucky to get away with it. You might be the one that is not lucky to get away with it. And before we start saying, oh, it's our family member that is doing us, or it's our step parent, blah blah blah, that is our people from our NRC, that maybe they are the one that is doing us. Sometimes there are things that we actually need to enlighten ourselves about. Read on Google, read book. You can Google so many things. You can ask questions and be very, very attentive when you're going through the training, so you don't make some unnecessary mistake. There are some mistakes they will think, oh, it's a common sense, you should know. So, and the way they will say, I want you both, won't care until one. You will know if they care or not. Once someone gets in trouble, you'll be wondering that it's something very small. Why are they taking it too personal or elaborating it? It is the way they decide to take their own thing. You can't question that. So yours is, have you followed the right way you were trained to do? Please always go through the training. I would advise that you don't do this one, that some people get into the country today and the next day or whatever, they already have job to start doing. You haven't got to. Please don't. I will advise that you don't do that, except you had your training back home and you have your certificate with it. But be very conscious of how you work and learn along the line. I pray that everyone work in a safe line and there's no trouble. Everybody will have a good story to tell about this care thing. This is what I thought I should bring to your attention. People that crucifying this lady that was bringing the issue out, that, oh, she's showing that maybe the Oyibo people are being showing this our color thing. But no, this is just a lesson that we need to learn to be careful. Sometimes people ask me questions about client and I will find a way of responding, and some will say, oh, I don't know, I'll find out. I do know, I know to respond, I know the answer, but I don't feel it's safe for me to respond to them. So if I'm now want to respond, when I've gone through maybe the head office, the way I'm going to respond through an email, I might actually have to CC secret copy. That's a secret copy one of my manager that, oh, this is what and what, so that they know the conversation that happened between, rather than. So, and be very conscious of not giving your personal number out. I was going to say that as a carer or a community nurse, wherever, if you go to a client's house and wherever, how good you have a relationship with them, you've been working with them for a very long time, do not give them your personal number that they start WhatsApping you and they start texting you. I think if that has to happen, your manager, it needs to be known from the head office, or your manager needs to know that, oh, maybe they want to call that, are you on your you're almost here, someone is about to go out, something like that. But make sure you keep that very, very professional. It is actually better for them to call the office and tell them, oh, we're about to go out in the next 5 minutes. Is the carer or the nurse almost here? They might now say, okay, let me find out. They will call your own mobile. Your work people from the office will call your own mobile to tell you this is what this client has said, and they will get back to the client themselves rather than exchanging your number. It all depends anyway, but please be very sure of this and make sure you take this through your boss. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about what I've narrated so far, and if you have any experience about this, or you've heard a story about this, let me know in the comment section below. Keep the comment section busy, please. If you're new here and you like what I'm about, please don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notification button so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you're my returning subscriber, I love you. Don't forget to like and comment and share if you can. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. You take care. Bye.